Hello, good afternoon. It's 11:47 a.m. I forgot what day it is. Uh, the thoughts. Patriot, patriotism, patriotic. Being patriot. Stand up for your stupid country. You know, I made a video of this a long time ago. It's like I guess I'm gonna remake this video about patriotism. How brainwashed are you to believe in a country? You know, it, I question that sometimes. It's like I question your patriotism when you defend a greedy corporation like we have. I don't know. Being patriotic. I don't believe in being patriotic. I don't believe in patriotism. You know, and it's to me that's a form of brainwash where every race is against every race in their patriotism, and it's like it's that's how I look at it. When I look at things like a chess set. You make a the elites, they use patriotism cause to as a chess game. you know when you make a move, and you patriotism and religion, put them both together is like it's like a chess game, you know, and that's how they use people. I mean, that's how they use people by using patriotism, and capitalism. They capitalize off of that. They capitalize. It's like when you go to war, you know, it's basically a profit-making system for corporations who build these machines. They build these war machines to fight against another country, and it's all by design. It's all by design. Way we are and what we believe in. When you believe in your country, it means you're really fucking brainwashed because the only thing you think about is you and your fucking greed, and you put all your faith in this greedy, corrupt system, and your patriotic duties to protect this greedy profit system, protect the corporations. You're protecting the destruction of us. You know, in your way of life. You're protecting yeah, you're destroying us in a process, and you don't even see that. You know, it's like when you're patriotic to something, you're just creating our own death for us. You're creating, and you're making enemies out of our own humankind. We're all human beings on this fucking planet, right? I mean, I'm talking about the whole planet. I'm not talking about how we are patriotic in our one country. I'm talking about the whole planet. You're creating enemies for no reason. Even religion does that. The religion and patriotism, they love creating enemies in their belief in their country, because that's how, I mean, that's why we're all negative, is because of the patriotism we believe in. I mean, America, and to me, America doesn't stand for shit, just like Canada doesn't stand for shit, and Hawaii doesn't stand for shit, and Germany doesn't stand for shit. It's just flags to me. I always believe flag stands for racism. I mean, it doesn't matter what flag you have. It doesn't matter what flag you believe in. It stands for separation of all of us as human beings. That's pretty negative if you're separating yourself from all human beings. We all have red blood. We all have red blood, and people don't even really see that because they're so patriotic to believe in their country and their language but they don't see themselves as human beings. Christians are the worst in America. I think Christians are the worst in America because they believe in separation, and they believe in enemies, and they believe that everybody, if they don't believe what they believe in, they should get shot or get hung. That tells you how negative the Christians are. How I look at it. I believe, we live on one planet. This is how I look at things as a dragon. In my perspective, is I see the planet as one. I see planet Gaia. I see our planet as Gaia. And I see human beings as one. That's how I look at it. I look at human being as one race. With red blood, one red blood race. And I don't see. I know we're all different languages, and we're all different cultures, but still, what's wrong with not having borders? What's wrong with not having borders? What's wrong, with not, people migrating to one side of the world? What's wrong with people migrating? Because I believe that's what we should do. We're like migrators, just like animals. I look at us like an animal, but instead, the animal that we are, we're caged. We built our own cage on this planet, by having these borders and being patriotic and believing flags. We're just caging our own selves, What's wrong with mixing the people up on this planet? One thing I do not understand is what's wrong with mixing people up on this planet in different languages. There's nothing wrong with that. I think people should have multiple languages. To be honest, I think people should have multiple languages, and I think that makes us more intelligent. With multiple languages. If it sucks that my mom, she's Vietnamese, and I was and my mom wanted me to speak English only, which I wish I knew Vietnamese, I wish I knew Vietnamese, but it's like I wish my mom taught me when I was young to learn Vietnamese, but instead she didn't want me to learn Vietnamese. She wanted me to, since I'm living in America, I have to learn English only. Now I can't speak a language. Only thing I know is English, which is bullshit. And it's funny when I was stationed in Germany. People there speak 3-4 languages. Which makes we Americans are fucking idiots. We should, having Mexico. We should have a little Spanish at least in America. Native Americans, we should have their languages too. We should be learning the Native American language. There are multiple different languages, Native Americans. They're all not the same language, but we should learn that. And then Canada. We got Quebec, all the French people. We should be speaking French in America. We should be speaking Canadian French. It's like it's ridiculous. And we have Muslims. We should learn their language too. We should learn all the languages. I think it makes us more intelligent. I think if we open the borders up, it makes us more intelligent. Yeah, well, it's nice that it's great to speak English. If your English is your primary languages, I understand that. But it's good if we learn from each other, from all these different cultures. That's why I don't believe in patriotism, because patriotism makes us more dumbed down, I think. You know, that's how I look at, especially in America. It's dumbing us down because they force us to speak one language. You know, and you got racist people who only believes that English should be spoken, but you live on a planet of multiple different languages. You know, why should we just speak English? You know, I know I'm gonna die not knowing a language, but in my past lives, if you think about all my past lives, I had millions of different languages, and sometimes I wish I can remember all the languages I learned from my past lives. You know, all the 3 million bodies I had. I had multiple different languages. You know, and it's like, what's wrong with that? You know, I know we can have one language on this one planet. You know, one language for the whole planet. You know, I mean, it's not English. You know, it never was English. This one language. You know. But English seems like it just took over all the countries, you know. I like that. I like to see the natives, you know, keep their language, you know, languages, you know, as part of them, you know, who they are, you know. But I think it's nice to have multiple languages, you know. And patriotism doesn't help much, really. You know, patriotism, I mean, see, America is mostly white history. You know, they don't teach you Black history in America. You know, they don't teach you the Native American history in America. You know, it's like they don't teach you that stuff. They don't teach you culture. America does not teach you anything about culture. Only thing they teach you about is how they dominate and take over this country. You know, in their patriotic ways of their constitution. You know, the Constitution is bullshit. You know, I think the Constitution is pure bullshit because it does it stands for white corrupt greed. You know, it's a racist Constitution is a racist thing to have to have one. If you want to be multicultural and open to many different languages, you better change that Constitution because that Constitution was made by racist white people. You know, racist white people created that Constitution. You know, it doesn't stand for freedom. The Constitution never stands for freedom. It stands for enslavement and corporate greed. You know, that's what it does. I mean, corporations can change the Constitution. You know, and you stupid fucks believe in it. You know that it never changes, but it has a clause in it. You know, Constitution has a clause in it where banksters can enslave us. You know, Karen Hood. Karen Hood, you should look her up. Karen Hood, she knows exactly what the Constitution stands for. I mean, she knows the clause in the Constitution, and she knows that the banks are run by they're human, but they have the big heads. They're run by them. You know, they're mathematically way beyond us. You know, but it's like, yeah, patriotism. You know, it stands for separation for all humans. I mean, you're building war machines to kill our own selves. You know, that's what you're doing. You're building war machines to kill our own selves, and that makes you more racist. If you're a patriotic believer, you're a racist. I mean, to be blunt, you know, and you support fucking greed, and you support corruption and you support everything that's the opposite. You don't stand for anything. You don't stand for anybody. I mean, all you're doing is making it worse for everyone. You want everybody to live in your misery because of your patriotic belief. You know? So I'm saying, you know, stop being a patriot. Stop believing in your flag. You know, stop believing, in borders. You know, if you want to, if you want to really change, if you want to change, you know, stop all the bullshit. Stop being patriotic. Stop believing in your flag. Stop believing any kind of flag because you're a racist. I don't care what country you're from, you're still a racist. You know, because you have borders. If you have borders on your country, then you're a fucking racist. That's all you are. And I'm sorry to say, because I see one big planet. I see one big planet with human beings. That's what I see. I don't see flags and borders and patriotisms and all that bullshit. I see one planet. That's it. I'm a human being. I'm a human being that lives on planet Earth. That's what I call myself. I'm not American. I'm not Canadian. I'm not Mexican. I'm a human being living on one planet. And I got idiots all around me who think they're enemies because of their patriotic beliefs. I see one planet. My one planet is called Gaia. Gaia is her name. These are her bodies. These are her bodies, and we're just using them. That's all we're doing, according to Jay. We're like leasing these bodies. That's funny how Jay said that we're leasing these bodies. But yeah, we are all one. That's simple as that. We are all one. If you don't see that, then you're not really woken up. Have a nice day.